Today we're talking about package holidays and why you shouldn't ignore them. If you're someone who loves to travel but has always been skeptical of package holidays like I have, then prepare to eat your words as I'll show you why you shouldn't ignore them and why they're worth considering for your next trip. If you've seen my previous videos on how I book a holiday, you would have heard me say that I hardly ever book a package holiday as it can work out cheaper booking the separate parts individually. In the video, I did show an example that showed TUI showing a cheaper overall price. Not long after the video, I actually ended up booking a package holiday myself as it worked out cheaper than individually booking the flight and hotel. So apart from the obvious, which is price, what's so great about package holidays? Well, for a start, luggage is often included and is very generous. In my own example, I booked a trip to Agadir with Easyjet holidays and it included 23 kilograms of luggage per passenger. As a family of 5, I essentially had a total of 115 kilograms of luggage allowance, way more than I could ever realistically need and way more than I would ever purchase if the flights were booked on their own. Normally, when I book a flight, I often get the minimum luggage required for my family, often being 2 pieces of 15 kilogram luggages. I then pack accordingly and only take the necessary items. With this Easyjet package, I can be free to take anything including the kitchen sink. The next great thing about package holidays is transfers. This is the transportation from the airport to the hotel and back again. In my video on why I'll never visit Antalya ever again, I explained that a large part of the bad experience was down to taxi drivers. Some of the comments on that video claimed that I was trying to be cheap, but that wasn't the case. I don't mind paying the going rate as long as it's fair and there are no underhand tactics. I hate that you get random prices made off the top of their head with whatever figure they think that they can get away with. Fortunately, this is where transfers come in handy. With package holidays, they are included by default, and you don't even need to share a shuttle bus which would snake around all the hotels in the area doing drop-offs. You can get a private transfer direct to your hotel for not much more in cost and way less than some of the rip-off practices found in many destinations. By now you're probably thinking it's a no-brainer to go with a package holiday. However, let me make that decision even easier. What made me jump in and ultimately book with Easyjet holidays was that their cancellation policies were very generous and flexible. I only needed a £60 deposit per person to secure their holiday. And even then that deposit was a refundable deposit if I cancelled 60 days before the holiday, although they would only refund it as Easyjet credit to be used for future flights or holidays. That was acceptable to me as I would almost definitely take an Easyjet flight at some point in the future, so nothing essentially lost. Other providers like TUI and Jet2 offer something similar. I guess an added benefit of a small deposit is that the rest of the payment is due later. This can help many spread out the cost of a holiday as the total for a family can run into several thousands. Not many people have that kind of money just lying around. Easyjet holidays only ask for the full payment 28 days before the holiday. Jet2 require it a little earlier at the 10-week mark, while TUI have a varying length of 4 to 12 weeks depending on the departure date. What about the security of your holiday? You might be thinking I want to protect myself by paying with a credit card, although you don't really need to as package holidays come with their own protection such as ATOL. This protects you if an airline goes bankrupt while on holiday. There are other benefits to ATOL protection. I would double down by ensuring I still use a credit card so that the credit card provider is jointly liable, and even maybe triple down by ensuring I have a suitable travel insurance as some elements such as falling ill while on holiday won't be covered by package holidays or credit card providers. If you're still watching the video, then here's a bonus tip for you. When booking a package holiday, always check to see if there are any discount codes available. Often they'll be advertised prominently on homepages of package holiday providers. If you're part of certain public services, there are discount portals that you should check. I'd also check Top Cashback to see if there's any cashback available. In conclusion, package holidays shouldn't be ignored. Whether you're looking to save time, money, or simply have a more stress-free and enjoyable trip, they can offer a lot of benefits. So the next time you're planning a trip, consider a package holiday as an option. I hope this video has convinced you that they're worth considering. Thank you for watching and do leave a like if this video has been helpful. Subscribe for more travel tips.